What's going on there, tubers? It is Friday and I'm back with another walk around video for you. I don't know if you guys seen this bike. You might have seen it in other videos, but this is my 2003 Honda XR50 pit bike. I built this strictly for wheelies and to learn how to do wheelies, and it has taught me everything from circle wheelies, stand-ups, handbrake use, foot brake use, and all that. I'll go over everything here for you. There's a lot done to it, as you can see, and it's pretty badass. Obviously, we've got the plastics going on here, different color paint on the frame and swing arm, which I've changed up many times. But yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, here we have the tall seat. It's necessary for an adult and everything like that. These wheels ended up getting off eBay. I don't think they're any kind of name brand, but they came with the heavy duty spokes front and rear, and they were pretty cheap. I think I paid like, I don't know, 50, 70, 80, I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. We've got the street tires on there, obviously. The front's a Pirelli from off 50stunt.com, and the back one wore out. So this is like a scooter tire. It's a little bit bigger. It's called the Fat Tire Kit. It's a little bit fatter, you know what I'm saying? The motor is actually an 88cc 4-speed. It's a Chinese motor, and I ended up taking the original Honda cover off and putting it on, as you can see, because it looks like a Honda motor. There's really no telltales on the outside that tells you it's a Chinese motor unless, you know, you ask me. But the 88cc 4-speed is a great combo. The carburetor, I bought that as a kit that came with the manifold and the air filter. It's actually a 20 mil carburetor, and this setup is like the best setup. You can go to a 110 and 125, but why? This works so well. You don't want to overpower it. Now in the front, I got the BBR extended fork kit to extend the front fork legs 1 inch with the heavy duty springs for an adult rider. The rear swing arm is extended. That's not the stock swing arm, but it looks like it. But if you look here, this is actually a square tubing, and the stock one is round, like the top here. It's only extended about an inch, inch and a half. I haven't measured it. I acquired this swing arm from a friend. I said, let me trade swing arms with you, and he said no, and I said, all right, well, I'll paint your whole 50 if you trade me, and he said okay. So here we have it. I wanted this thing so bad. I'm so glad I have it. I don't even know where to buy it. Next, let's talk about exhaust. The exhaust is wrapped. Ended up taking the heat shield off and cutting off all the tabs and wrapping it. And from doing circle wheelies back on the back pegs, your inner leg generally hits the exhaust, whether you have an aftermarket exhaust or a new exhaust. So I went to a local motorcycle shop and had them weld the muffler in the center of the subframe. At least it was at one point. It's a little bit shifted now from spills and stuff like that, but they cut it and put an S-bend back there, as you can see. Ended up chopping off the mount, the stock mount right here, from the throttle side and mounting it over here so that we could mount this on here. When I got the bike too, it didn't have a silencer on it, and I want to keep it kind of quiet because I live on a cul-de-sac. So I ordered this brand new. It took a couple weeks to get. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't off the shelf, but the thing's really quiet now too. So I put a little leftover HT moto on the back for when I got my foot back here doing circle wheelies and stuff like that. Went and put on the Pro Taper mini bars. Some people put on the BBR tall bars, but I'm a smaller guy and I feel like the handlebars are like in my face, so I wanted something a little bit lower, so I went with these, and it was a great option for me. Just got the standard 50 Stunt street grips on here, little bullshit front lever, and at one time I had the 50 Stunt rear handbrake kit on here, but I don't need it anymore. I use foot brake all the time, and I feel like I have enough control when I'm standing up on a seat to not need it. So the problem was, when I traded for this swing arm, I couldn't clamp the 50 Stunt clamp onto this square tubing. It's not designed for that. It's only designed to mount to round tubing. This happens to be the same diameter as your stock swing arm on the lower portion. So I modded it and mounted it up here, which is why this is here. But I ended up taking it off. So I knew I was getting that, the rear handbrake kit. So instead of having the little bullshit plate that they sell that comes with the kit, I got the extended brake drum arms front and rear, which actually has a separate dowel hole for your handbrake kit. So you're supposed to run your rear stock foot brake to the bottom one, and then the top one you can put in your handbrake kit line. So I eliminated it, so I decided, you know what, I want maximum pull on my rear foot brake. So I just mounted it up top, because the higher you go, the more leverage you'll have. I got those in the front and rear. It's something that you really, it's kind of a mod you kind of don't really see if you're not looking for it. But I have those in the front and rear. And it makes a big difference. It really does, because the stock ones are small as shit. And these ones are about an inch longer and everything like that. Obviously we have the plastics. We want to do something different and bright and in your face, so this is why we have this color scheme going. Obviously you need a sealed plate. That's one of those bullshit eBay things. They never fit, but I made it fit, as you can see, with a little bit of aluminum and some bolts and stuff here, you know. I had to sticker bomb it here and there, you know, just to make it look cool. So there you have it. It's got some heavy duty tubes in the tires, because, you know, when you jump it and everything, and being a bigger rider, you know, an adult rider, as you're saying, not a little kid, you don't want to go popping your tires and stuff. Right here is the rear shock. It's an iShock with the piggyback. I really like it because it has a bunch of settings for stiffness instead of running just your stock little kid shock. So it's cool I got that. Now, I had a problem with just all kinds of shifters bending and breaking and all kinds of stuff like that. This is the only one that I've never had an issue with. This is the MSR shifter. It's extended an inch. And I don't know if it's exactly meant for 50s or if it's for other dirt bikes in general, but if you want something strong for a good price, MSR, that's a good one right there. So I had to deck it out with billet 50 stunt parts, and if I wanted to redo the bike, I would probably get everything re-anodized black. But we got the 50 stunt street pegs here, and if you look under here, those are ground down pretty good. Look at that. That's from dragging knee when I got my race suit on, going around corners. That's not just from spills. That's on both sides too. It's on like a 45-degree angle. It's pretty gnarly actually. So with being an adult, you need to have bigger controls. So again, I got the 1-inch extended 650s foot pedal, which is awesome. It really makes a big difference in rear brake control. Like everybody, you got the little $20 box that comes off eBay so you can rev the bike higher. We got the stunt pegs back here by 50 Stunt. Amazing. We got the top billet triple clamp as well to raise the bars a little bit. Gas cap. And when you raise the bike in the front and rear like I have here with the swing arm and the forks, you have to get an extended kickstand. Otherwise the bike will kind of fall over. So that was another piece that I purchased off 50 Stunt, along with, you know, the brake drum arms, which we already talked about. But yeah, guys, I'm telling you, the 88cc 4-speed with the 20mm carb is the setup to have. It's the perfect setup for having your bike to be fast. It's the perfect setup for a wheelie game. It's really a good thing to have in your 50. 125s I really think are overkill, but it all depends on what you plan on doing with the bike. I knew what I wanted to do with the bike, and a 50cc 3-speed was not going to cut it for me. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about my bike, or want to talk about your build, just leave a comment. I'm pretty active on YouTube, but I can get back to you pretty quick. But I hope you guys like this video. I like doing walk-arounds. You guys seem to like them. But I haven't done a walk-around of this bike. I think I've shown it in bits and pieces in my videos. So yeah, here we have it. If you like, you know what to do. If you're new, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.